Hey there, my name is Maymay, and this is kind of my second talk at 5 Minutes of Fame, so thanks for having me back. By day, I'm a web developer, and by night, I'm a sexual freedom community organizer. All told, I'm kind of a social justice technologist, and so my talk is called Community Organizing for Great Justice. Um, my story really begins in about 430 BC when my buddy the ancient Greek historian Thucydides observed right as the world goes is only in question between equals in power, while the strong do what they can and the weak suffer what they must. He's kind of describing this behavior here. It's sort of a assholey, all your base or belong to us sort of a thing. I think that's really unfair for the world to work that way, and I didn't really know what to do about that until about 2009 when Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, announced that if Facebook were a country, it would be the 8th most populated in the world. So whereas even Greek gods had to ask Hermes to deliver messages for them, you and I can reach a global audience with the push of a button instantly. Thus, doing right as the world goes should, in theory, be possible pretty quickly and, pretty easily. So I figured I'd try this social media for social justice thing out myself by starting to organize free all-ages conferences called Kink for All Unconferences. Each one was designed to inspire a local community to have documented conversations about the intersection of sexuality with the rest of life. Within a year, event participants had put on 5 full-day unconferences in 4 cities across New England, attracting hundreds of in-person participants and thousands more online. 4 more are planned for the spring and summer across America, including the next one this Sunday at the Women's Building here in San Francisco, which you should come to. Definitely check it out. So it turns out that spreading ideas on the internet actually can affect real-world events in a pretty significant way. Moreover, organizing a community around a passion or an idea that you have isn't actually all that hard. I want to show you how to do it. So start with having a vision of a better world. This is really actually a fake step because every one of you already has this. Whenever you get annoyed by how boring, wasteful, or unfair something is, you're envisioning a better world. Now take that vision and make it a really specific goal. Mine is empowering every person on Earth to claim their sexual rights and freedoms. Consider giving your vision a name. Make it unique enough to show up in Google searches while still symbolizing your goal. I find that sticking multiple words together into a phrase kind of works really well. Names can say a lot about goals, leadership styles, and the community you'll build. Choose one thoughtfully because it's going to represent you for better or worse. Next, start working towards your vision in public. When you do your work in public, you immunize yourself against distrust. It also actually becomes easier for people to work with you because they can see every single step that you take. You make it easy for people to mimic you, and you end up leading by example. This is particularly important for novel ideas or innovations in a particular field. This kind of transparency was really central to Kink for All's success. All organization happens on a public mailing list, allowing anyone to read how an event got put together, even if they're not really part of the group at all. At the same time, the mailing list provides a sort of pseudo-documentation, so we have a way to transfer knowledge to other people without having a human gatekeeper. The mailing list works well for what it does, in part because it's a pretty ubiquitous technology. You really can't bring people on board unless they can collaborate with you, so don't require the use of tools they can't access or don't understand. In a social movement, people are like the pages on the web. Your job is to build links that connect individuals in a meaningful way. So if you act as the glue between knowledgeable experts, all you'll have to know is how to find out the answers to questions. You don't actually need to have all the answers yourself. Also, like the web itself, build community using small pieces loosely joined. Don't get up on infrastructure requirements. Instead, use the tools that you already have available to you. So, for example, to distribute Kink for All talks, participants uploaded media to their own blogs as well as any number of hosted service providers like Vimeo, YouTube, and so on. Each upload is marked with a global Kink for All tag, as well as an event-specific tag, which created a distributed yet well-organized library. Using these multiple cyber venues not only reaches more people, it also actually helped us to stay much harder to censor for people who wanted to censor us. Reaching more people through online social networks is especially helpful because using them can help you overcome various kinds of discrimination. The pseudonymous internet gives us this fantastic ability to collaborate with other people based solely on the merit of their contributions, literally blinding us to skin color, age, gender, or any other characteristics. Use social networks like Twitter and Facebook to approach people you think that could be helpful to you. Don't market to these people. Instead, engage them as leaders of their own social circle so they become your ambassadors to their own communities. Then invite them to convene with fellow participants in a shared space, like a mailing list, for instance, right? But don't rely on the internet alone. Have at least an occasional real-world presence so people have an opportunity to connect face-to-face. Having both these real-world and cyber venues is also one way to invite different levels of participation. Rather than controlling what people do with rigid roles, let people gravitate towards a task that interests them. Your job as leader isn't to tell people what to do, but rather to make the things that need doing very obvious. When someone signed up to participate in a Kink for All event, for instance, they automatically gain visibility to the event's list of logistical needs. When someone makes a change to the needs list, everyone who signed up gets an email notification alerting them to the newly needed item, thus giving them an opportunity to bring it to the event and building participation directly into the process of the event itself. Regardless of your vision, it's very likely that the first thing you'll encounter is other people telling you no and reasoning about why you can't or shouldn't be allowed to do what you're proposing. Dave Weiner calls this stop energy, and it's really deadly lead to ideas. But as a general rule of thumb, the more stop energy you encounter from people who represent the status quo, the more of those status quo sirens go off, the more you know you're on the right track. So don't let it distract you. Once you can see your vision, don't ever stray from it, even if it takes a while for other people to see it too. Don't change your message. Let your audience find you. As my buddy Thucydides said, the bravest are surely those who have the clearest vision of what is before them, both glory and danger alike, and yet notwithstanding, they go out and they meet it. So have a vision, share it with others, and then go out and see it through. And of course, to learn more, please come to King for All San Francisco this Sunday morning at the Women's Building or visit kingforall.org. Thank you so much, and also thank you to everyone who licenses their images as Creative Commons. I use your images in presentations just like this all the time. Thanks so much.